The AP English Language and Composition exam is meant to test you on your ability to read and analyze how authors use language and rhetoric to achieve their purpose. Most of the exam focuses on nonfiction writing. AP English Language is one of the 2 AP English exams offered by the College Board. The other exam is AP English Literature and Composition, which tests your ability to read and analyze how fiction writers use literary techniques to achieve their intended purposes. Okay, let's break this down. The AP English Language exam is 3 hours and 15 minutes long. It's divided into 2 major sections. The first is the multiple choice section, which is 1 hour long. That's less than a third of your total test time. Yet, the multiple choice question is 45% of your total score. So you have to perform well here to achieve a top score on the exam. Notice that I said perform well, not get a perfect score on this section, but more on that later. Normally, there are 4 passages with about a dozen questions each. There can be up to 5 passages. The passages are from a variety of time periods and cover a range of topics. The questions test your reading comprehension of the passage and your rhetorical analysis of some advanced vocabulary. Essentially, the questions test your ability to analyze how the author achieves his purpose by manipulating language, sentence structure, and rhetorical devices. The second part of the exam is the free response section. There's 3 essays: the synthesis essay, the analysis essay, and the argument essay. In total, you will have 2 hours and 15 minutes to complete this entire section, and it can count for 55% of your final score. The first essay type is the synthesis essay. It's the most complicated of all the prompts. In the synthesis essay, you need to read a range of sources and use a minimum of 3 to synthesize or bring together the different ideas from these sources. The topic of this essay is usually related to current events. In recent years, topics have included government seizure of private property, the future of libraries in the digital age, and learning foreign languages. You don't need to prepare any of these topics in advance to do well on the synthesis essay. You will have 15 minutes to read the sources and then 40 minutes to plan and write your answer to the question. The second essay type is called the rhetorical analysis essay. For this essay, you have to read one passage and then answer a prompt. The prompt will ask you to explain how the author achieved a specific purpose or effect using certain rhetorical choices. The passages in recent years have included an article from a magazine, a eulogy, a journalist's speech in front of a convention, and a commencement address. You will have 40 minutes to read the passage, plan, and write the analysis essay. The final essay type is the argument essay. In this essay, you will need to make and defend a claim about a topic. There is no long list of text to read and no source for your argument. You're all out there on your own. You have to come up with your own answer and your own evidence to support your thesis. You will have to use sources from anything relevant that you've read or from your own personal experiences. Over the last few years, the prompts have asked students to write about different topics, such as polite speech in society, the usefulness of disobedience, and even choosing the unknown, whatever that means. You will also have 40 minutes to read the prompt, plan, and write the argument essay. All the essays are graded holistically. That means you're graded on the overall quality of your answer, rather than a list of required points. The graders will rank each of your essays from 1 being the lowest to 9 being the highest. Okay, remember when I said that you have to perform well on the multiple choice section, not get a perfect score? Well, to get a 5 out of 5 on this exam, it may surprise you to know that you only need to get about 70% of the multiple choice questions correct and score about a 6 or 7 out of 9 on each of the essays. In this course, we cover every section of the exam, plus amazing, tried and true testing techniques that we know to be effective. If you know that you have a particular weakness on any section of the test, feel free to jump to that section in the video lessons. The AP English Language exam puts your reading and writing skills to the test, allowing you to demonstrate to colleges how proficient you are. Do well, and it may even get you out of a freshman writing requirement.
That video you just saw is part of a Marco Learning AP course. If you like what you saw, check us out at marcolearning.com.